Hello. We are going to go ahead and get started. I need to adjust this real quick. Yeah.
Is a little high energy, if only because she was baby, but she was
There
fun.
we go. I got it swapped back to where it's supposed to be. Thank you, OBS, for actually working for once. Say hello, everyone.
Yay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, right.
Do,
Reactive.
do.
Hi, my name is Zephiel, and me and my band of merry comrades are good. This is Jackass. Just let's just call it what it is.
I am Ari. This is Jackass.
Yeah.
All right. Let's shoot out of sight. So, let us prepare this episode. Make sure I've got everybody accounted
There,
for.
I fixed it.
Is it Jackass?
Oh, I had to take rocks off and put Jamisha on.
Oh, shit.
Did I forget?
I forgot to.
As did I.
It just hasn't been swapping.
All right.
I'm Aureen still. I mean, I guess Aureen looks similar enough. It's fine.
I swapped.
No, I'll change it. It's fine.
Okay, let's see. Pairing the. All right. If you scroll up just a little ways,
You want
should
to move Clayton away from the fire.
hold on a moment.
That's a good point.
Wait a second.
Okay.
As I was about to say,
It was a joke.
please situate your tokens around in the tables around Nira up on the upper left of the map, as you see fit.
Upper left. Okay, just a second.
The table we started at, basically, right?
Oh,
Mhm.
I'll just come back here and take my place and
That's good enough.
just chill back here. It's fine.
Okay.
What was the unsnap?
Hold Alt while releasing your drag on the character to move them off the map.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. That's it. Well, I hope you've been collectively enjoying the spoils of your success for the last few days.
Played quite a bit of Danny Boy on the bagpipes.
Clayton will delicately pinch out a singe of flame, still licking the edge of his coat, and says,
Yeah.
Fortunately for you, a new opportunity is awaiting already. I have a contact, I have a location, and I have a possible objective. She pulls out this time it's a written notice. Lady Verity Kai is is a professional roguish ally of ours whose life savings were stolen by a devious gambling partner. We have decided to right this wrong a little bit, especially given what we know about this potential partner, or rather, what we suspect. We have implications, but not hard evidence, that he is consorting with devils.
Ooh,
So it would be lovely to get proof, but of course, for this purpose, that would actually be the secondary objective. You see, I am told there's going to be a tournament 3 nights hence where a very large, very valuable golden statuette will be the stake. That statuette, plus however much money you can grab from the casino's vault, will will make up the damages dealt to our ally, and then some. She chuckles just a little bit. Your methodologies and opportunities will be up to you as usual. The only complication, other than limited information, Verity will be able to provide you better information than we've got, is that you will probably only be able to get into the casino once. See, it's several miles north of a town, and thus sealed enough that it will not be. Basically, if you go in a second time, you will almost guarantee to be noticed. But you won't exactly be short for time during that one. The casino is a large, insufficiently clandestine sort of operation, if you know what I mean. And of course, the opportunity to, rob it utterly blind. Well, let's just say it'll make for a great burnish to your reputation. She chuckles. One of you did leave a calling card after all.
I mean, it wasn't
This
in the
time, let's not put it
greatest.
in the toilet.
I thought it was funny.
I mean,
Well,
does it really count as a calling card? I mean, I
If
know
they find if
I
they
know
find it, if they find it, it is.
Yeah, but anybody from the party could have left an accidental rose in the toilet.
Fair.
hmm.
Who said it was a rose?
I thought that we all knew that. Sorry, never mind.
I don't.
I did in fact miss that particular reference.
It's like I don't
And
know.
I
I mean,
do-
I know the calling card usually is a rose, but it doesn't necessarily need to be.
Yeah.
I don't
No.
think we specified what it was. We just said that there was a calling card.
I thought you said rose last time. So
No, I didn't.
okay.
See, I was imagining something P5, and it was literally a card that says, "Haha, we took it." Bitches.
Uh-huh.
I feel like that would be
Basically.
more my thing. I feel like that would be more my thing. I'm not nearly elegant enough for that shit.
You're not gonna just tuxedo your mask your way through.
I'll tuxedo your mask. I mean, what?
God damn it, right as I sneezed.
No, Zephiel actually does something.
I was just about to make that joke.
Ah,
My
Here it's done, but
see,
you didn't do anything.
We're missing the perfect way to make this calling card, though. You've been hit by a smooth criminal. Obviously.
Oh my god, perfect.
lean down, lean up.
Lean down. Yeah, exactly.
See, honestly, here's what I think the calling card is.
Mhm.
I think it is a legitimate playing card with writing on it that is just lyrics that fit the situation.
Hmm?
Oh dear.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I think it is.
That would be very. That's definitely as peak Zeph energy.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's what I think it is.
So does that mean the whole egg one? Oh, what would be a good one to match that? Humpty Dumpty.
Now you've got to.
Would that mean that there's possible that poop got onto the card?
all of your curators
stones
men
now are belong to
all,
us.
all of your curators men can't even bother putting this together again.
Ooch. As I said, you have 3 days. 3 days for this operation. This time around, you will be we'll move you to a pub 2 days north. So you have 2 days. 2 days travel north, called the Brine Widow. You'll meet Verity there, and she'll give you the information for your infiltrate, what she knows, and from there, infiltration, attainment, and exfiltration will be at your will be implemented at your determination. Good luck, operatives.
Yo.
Thanks, Charlie.
How drunk are you?
I haven't even touched the alchemy jug yet. And I'm pretty sure right now it's still set to tea. So unless he's been slipping something into that tea.
Mm.
I mean,
No.
that could always just be the option.
All I have is the sack of weasels and some bagpipes.
Okay.
I don't mind playing some bagpipes at this tournament. It's fine.
That is the question we
Pretty
did not
sure that'll
ask.
distract
What is
for
the
us.
tournament?
Yeah,
The
I
tournament-
actually, yeah, that's the one thing I was curious about.
Nira blinked. I actually do not know offhand. My apologies.
Oh, okay. I figured we'd, it wouldn't hurt to ask, but we'll probably learn more when we get to our contact.
All right.
Clayton's just keeping his head down, thinking, how do you get a horse into a casino?
Oh boy.
Very carefully.
After all, you don't want a horse in the hospital situation.
Indeed.
Nita, the horse is in the house.
Oh, Lofty. So, she has provided the information and will cover reasonable transit costs, which basically means that you can get a wagon service to get out there. Mira does not have the funds to get you a top tier wagon of any particular stripe, and notably, hold on.
I mean,
I'm having to check something. One minute.
I have a question more for Clayton and for Ari.
Yes.
Is Buddy up to making the trip? They're
Buddy-
like taking us by wagon.
Buddy is up for anything.
So technically you wouldn't even have to get us a wagon. We already have a wagon.
Look,
Well, it
you-
depends on how big Buddy's wagon is, I guess.
Buddy's normal wagon, I think, is a little small for carrying everybody, but
Okay.
you
Yeah,
can
like
probably
in a getaway, it makes sense because we're all gonna be like scrambling, but for days of a trip, yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
No one
You'll
wants to
probably-
clown car for the whole trip. Clown car for
Yeah.
the 10 minutes of getaway is different.
Yeah, you'll probably wish to get your hands on a larger wagon. Hang on.
See, that would make more sense there.
Mhm.
We can all comfortably, lay out bedrolls in the wagon, practice
Let's
playing cards,
see,
get to know
a-
each other. I like the sound of this trip.
Mhm.
Road trip.
So, yeah.
Road trip.
Final
So,
Fantasy road trip.
Final Fantasy road trip.
Boy, bad road trip.
So basically, you'll be able to expand the wagon to a. You'll be able to get your swap out to a transit wagon easily enough. Selling the. Stashing the small wagon and renting out a bigger one will run 10 gold pieces, I'll say.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not so
Clayton is
bad. We got this.
probably going to insist on carrying his own wagon because that wagon has his supplies, and we're pretty sure that no one else wants to be in the cart with that.
Well, yeah. I
If you
figured
if you wish
that
to
would-
rent a separate wagon for transit, in addition to buddy and equipment, then that's going to run travel. Okay, travel.
I mean,
It's
if,
unlikely to break the bank.
I'm quick. I'm trying to find if there's a good rule for this. I'm going to say
Maybe
at
we
the
can get Buddy a girl horse to go with him.
I didn't know the Golden Vault was that kind of service.
I'm just mean like for the second wagon, so Buddy's not pulling both.
well,
Oh,
you
Buddy is absolutely
Yeah.
not playing both.
Mhm.
no,
you're
that's
Care of Buddy.
okay. So to get to rent a wagon for the 2 days transit, and that service will also include the typical the renting the horses, a driver, and
We don't
a
need
little
a
bit
driver.
most companies aren't going to rent you the horses. If you want to purchase the horses and the wagon,
Mm.
that's gonna be 85 gold total, but then you'll have it going forward for future transit stuff. have-
mm,
So what do we want to do? Do we want to buy it or rent it? If we rent it, we have to deal with somebody else.
Only for going out and back.
Clayton is a big proponent of owning your own horse, but he has
Mhm.
one. He has, well, I was going to say he has no horse in this race, but he has his horse in this race.
Uh huh.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
he
say,
does.
doesn't the horse have him in this race?
Yeah,
it's true. Yep,
it's
it's true.
Mhm.
The horse does.
I mean, it depends on what everybody else wants. I mean, I'm down either way. My only concern is having someone who isn't part of the crew potentially listening in on us.
If
Yeah, that's
can we're getting a vetted one from the organization.
Mhm.
Clayton,
Right.
Clayton will also point out that if we buy a horse, Buddy is very good at showing a new horse the ropes and probably avoiding explosions.
I mean, I
Excellent.
would say investment.
yeah, but
Yeah.
whose horse will it be? Because I kind of like I like horses, but I kind of don't feel like I want to be a horse owner.
I mean, it could be Ari's horse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ari wouldn't
Okay.
mind.
makes sense.
Okay.
For a
Sounds good to me.
transit wagon plus a draft horse, which is the type you'd want for a transit wagon, total cost is going to be 85 gold. You guys get to figure out how to split that cost.
Let's see.
Ari's buying it. Clayton will kick in 15.
Okay,
Okay,
so
123,
I
so
have-
I can do.
I have
Clayton-
85 exactly, so I mean,
I'll
I'm
do
not
the,
spending all of that.
because it's gonna be mine. Because it's gonna be Ari's. I guess I'll do the bulk of it. So I'll do 50.
Okay,
Okay.
so that brings.
I'll
Ari
contribute.
down.
Thank
So
Sure, I'll
that
throw
is-
in
I
the
mean,
50.
I suggested owning the damn thing, so I'll contribute.
Okay. In that case, so between what Ari said and what Clayton has said, where it's 65 out of 85, Zephiel will cover 10, so I guess Jamisha covers the remaining 10.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now remember, Ari, owning a horse is a big responsibility.
I'm sure he is aware.
So you've already documented the cost, I see. Zephiel.
Yeah, I deducted the cost myself. Yep.
Okay.
I
Jay
have
has
Already
been
accounted for.
living with you and Buddy for however long. I'm not going
Okay.
into this blind.
So you will have a
I have Hans.
and hang on a tick.
Pretty little lady horse for Buddy.
That
Let me
is-
guess. Buddy and Holly.
Oh my
Mhm.
god, yes.
I would approve 100%.
Fine.
Absolutely. I love Buddy Holly, okay?
Alright, fine.
I was just making a joke.
I love,
love
it.
it though.
I love it.
I mean, you can't make that joke around me without me vouching for it, so
Mhm.
I grew up on Buddy Holly, okay?
I'll make her a little holly hat.
Aww.
Okay.
So this means that when I finally breed the shiny Mudsdale and the shiny, or breed or shiny hunt the Mudsdale and the Mudspray, they will be named Buddy and Holly for
Good.
funsies. Well, I mean, it
Oh.
also fits in with my shiny naming scheme because dead celebrities.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on a tick. All right. Ignore that the wagon I've added at the south end of the map is clearly shaped for 2 draft horses. You're only going to need 1. That's I'm being unrealistic for the sake of funsies.
For funsies.
For
So
shiggles.
you've got. All right. Realistically, there'll be a few other logistics you'd have to deal with, but I'm going to skip those for the sake of sanity. And hold on, we can. Let me reopen the adventure notes because I accidentally closed it. And with that, we can begin episode Chaos Loosely Around the Golden Vault, episode 2. The Stygian Gambit. Which, of course, okay. I'll paste the icon image into Discord. Two days of travel. I'm going to do my the classic. Okay. The good news is that the travel is not going to have any events that you yourselves don't cause. This is a relatively well-traveled road, taking you to the city of Yartar, about 50 some odd miles north, a couple road turns away, and a little bit inland of the Waterdeep.
Woo.
Nothing particularly special. So, let's see, let us pull out the journal. Yeah. Where's my dice? We're positioned a little out inconveniently. Archivist.
Mm-hmm.
Anything interesting in how you handle these travels? 2 days. The wet.
In general, or are you asking one person specifically?
I'm asking Archivist specifically to jump the question, just to get some conversation rolling.
Okay.
I selected who is first at random.
Archivist is not used to cart rides. It's much, so they're kind of very stiff about it for the first few hours of travel. And then as it goes along, then kind of starts you
Hang up.
huh? Well, yeah, loosening up, kind of to the point where by about midday they have gotten to They have at least once shifted positions, so they're lying on their back in the cart with their legs partially over the side. Just you know
the
thing with
upside down couch
chairs.
sit.
You
Did you?
yes, you know the couch sit.
Yes.
Well, while we're riding, Clayton does have something to ask. What is anyone here actually a gambler?
No.
Not really.
I'm terrible at it. Do not ask me to gamble. I have a tell. Like, eyes are huge. Unless I can cover my face, do not let me gamble. I need a fan, a giant fan.
I mean,
That
I'm sure
is-
we could get you one, but it
Mhm.
might be a better idea to just send someone in who can, potentially. I know I used to play card games with my parents. I don't know how good that's going to translate to now.
I'd probably be pretty good at bullshitting people.
Well, there
But
is
other than
always an advantage to having a bad gambler in the group.
Mm.
You can't
That
tell who
would
the
be
rube-
me.
If you can't tell who the rube is at the table, it's you, which lets other people make some real fun stuff behind the scenes.
I
I
like
mean-
money. I don't want to lose it.
That's a fair point.
Mhm.
Zephiel this whole time is just kind of casually just providing music through the loot.
Clayton is just going to politely point out, we are stealing the money from the casino, so anything you lose, we're getting back.
I don't know. They made me give back shit the last time.
Because they asked us not to steal.
This time they're asking us to steal.
Mhm.
Oh no. I feel like
As
there's a
much
catch
as we
somewhere.
can.
You are correct to be suspicious.
I grab a
Mm.
blanket, put it over Archivist so he doesn't get cold.
Ah, thank you.
Honk shoe.
Look, he's got his legs tingling. It could get cold. It doesn't look like he curled up into his bedroll.
Numbing my pain with
I'm
his
just thinking we may want to have a little bit more of a plan going in than trying to wing it on the scene.
We don't even know. I mean, our job is just to rob the place? I thought we were after something specific.
We don't really have a lot of details right now, dude.
Yeah, you were
We
told
were
about a
after
golden
the
statue.
among other
We were
things.
told about a golden statue and life savings. If we're robbing a
Mhm.
casino, we're robbing a casino.
I mean, I
Okay.
imagine that would be the end goal, but yeah.
We'd have to figure out all the security.
We still have a lot of details we have yet to learn. Like,
Mm.
you know, what this tournament is about.
It's probably a card game tournament, to be honest.
Probably.
Mhm.
But the tournament, I think specifically, going for stuff during a tournament is specifically so that we can have both probably some level of plausible deniability and also, an easy distraction and a little more of a solid way of knowing what's happening because they're obviously going to have to change up their usual routine for this thing.
Well,
Mhm.
again, of course. I mean that. Sorry, let me rephrase. That makes perfect sense already. The thing is, who's going to join the tournament? Because it's not going to be me.
Who said you even have to try to win the tournament?
I don't care about winning. I'm gonna want to win. And besides, whoever, I don't think Ink is playing somebody who's in the group right now.
No.
Yeah, I'm just trying to point out things that so that you have
that we would know.
Yeah.
What we would know versus
He's
what
the
we wouldn't know.
DM. He's the DM.
Well, I
He
don't
can tell
know.
us.
Would we know that? Because she just said there was a tournament. She didn't say whether we had to win or not.
She did not say anything like that, just that the tournament is the event and a statue is the prize.
Well,
Taking
But that
denying
the money that we would get from robbing this place would be retribution to the person who had their stuff stolen.
Mhm.
for the person who had the stuff stolen, but yes.
But yeah, we don't have to.
I
We don't have to
mean-
join. It would just, I think what Clayton is insinuating is that it would be a
If we
little
can
bit
fit in, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
based. Yeah, that
Yeah,
exactly.
And,
I
I,
mean-
and I agree with that, but we want somebody who at least knew what they're doing.
Possibly. I mean, again,
I
we're going
don't.
to- we're going to
I
have
mean, if
to-
you're the loud, sore loser, that's a big distraction.
That's what I was
Mhm.
thinking. See, here's the thing here's what I was kind of
Yeah,
concocting in my
like-
head, that if it is a card game, or so, I mean, obviously it's going to be a game of some sort. We don't have just one of us enter. We have two of us enter. We have somebody who's going to be the loud, sore loser, and somebody else who is there as the, so acting as kind of the foil to that.
Yeah,
that
can't
way-
go out
it-
of
that
my
way-
purview.
It's a lot less suspicious when our group comes in and we only have one of us entering, and then everyone
mean-
else is doing shenanigans.
I mean, I agree. This is just not in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I
Mm.
guess it doesn't have to be you. It could be me and Zeph again.
I just said not it.
Zeph, we work so well together.
We do.
He does have a new stone of good luck. Do not let Clayton gamble.
You mean yes? That,
I mean, that just sounded
by
like
saying
yes,
that,
let
you
Clayton
mean
gamble,
We
but
clearly
fine.
must let Clayton gamble.
That just sounds like Clayton would be a good sore loser.
I mean, that my thoughts were Clayton be the sore loser, and Meetne be the other one because she's stoic enough to like stare anybody down.
That's very
I mean,
true.
and everyone's gonna be nice to Grandma.
Gently moves away from Jamisha after calling Mitney Grandma.
It's okay.
Makes
She
them,
leans
like-
over and hugs Meetne. What?
Okay.
Ari, just give her beer and she'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You've got that
Like-
alchemy jug or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like going, see, that's more racist than what I just said.
It's not racist. It's true.
Not racist if she's been drinking beer the entire time we've known her.
I'm just stating the obvious fact here.
You realize you've just insulted my entire people, but you're right.
But you're not wrong.
It's like, no, I'm not. I didn't even bring race
Oh.
into this. I just noticed that she likes booze.
Well, who does? Is there here someone that doesn't like booze?
Depends on the booze.
When you've met as many random people as Clayton and I have, you eventually run into somebody who doesn't like booze. They get
But
weird
anybody
stares for
here
it.
that doesn't like booze?
I am very particular.
Exactly. See, it depends on the booze for me.
I'm gonna look over at Meetne. I'm like going, I'll have beer with you.
Exactly.
Like going, I don't know about these particulars. I'll fucking have beer.
And you are more than welcome to have that.
Alright, so Clayton and Midney then.
Should be an option.
A brief OOC question. Were we given libations for this trip? I'm just wondering if the vault is covering a dwarf's drinking.
We have a little jug of alchemy.
We have the jug of
But
You
alcohol.
were
we
not
have the jug
given-
of alchemy.
You just
We
would have
have.
You would
had to tell me before we left to switch it up for alcohol, which I probably did.
Yeah,
I will
and
say
I'll be
you would
offering my mug and Meetne's mug over
Let
to Ari.
talk.
Thank you.
Mm-mm-mm.
You were not given specific handling for this, partially because Nira's budget access is not adequate for the general dwarven capacity for alcohol.
Can't believe
The
Golden Vault is racist against dwarves.
Hey, we've got
No,
a jug of
they're-
alchemy. It's fine.
Their budget is limited. There's a very important difference.
Their budget is racist.
They don't have the budget to be able to handle the
Okay.
average dwarf.
That said, I will say that you're going to be able to get your hands on significantly more
Funding.
Well, data pretty soon here.
That is certainly
Excuse
fair.
me, sorry.
So, the town of Yartar, nothing too special. It is home to. It is a river. It is a river city. Some basic trade ports connected to multiple road system to a couple road systems. And it is home to the Brine Widow Tavern, where a tiefling is the one in the corner this particular time around. You recognize it's them because of a particular of a rose with a lock wrapped around it symbol brooch. What you would have been advised from some data provided off screen was your cue. So you're
What's
the
a
contact.
brooch?
Brooch.
Brooch.
You mean a brooch?
I guess that's how it's pronounced. Sure.
Oh, okay.
I've heard
I was
both.
just making. I just was making sure I wasn't confused.
Okay. So, the back room of the Brine Widow is a well-appointed little place. Polished wood table, paintings of some local landscapes, fine wrought iron lanterns. There's food around and a pot of tea in the center of the table. The tiefling before you has red skin, cobalt blue eyes, and twisty, long, curly white hair. Black horns rise from her forehead in tight spirals. So, you're the contact.
Hmm.
And
This
I'm guessing
requires
you're the client, or you either got a really nice deal on that brooch.
I can't stress to you enough that this will require utmost secrecy. Are all six of you willing to commit to that?
Yes, of course.
It.
Ugh.
I haven't lived this long by blabbing it all,
Oh,
everything
well.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone object to a basic swearing to secrecy? She's not exactly bringing out magical enforcements or anything, but
I
Yeah.
do solemnly swear I am up to no good and also secrecy.
It's fine with it.
Thumbs up.
reference pool choices aside, all right. So the location, a couple miles north of town, a new casino themed to the nine hells. No, I'm not kidding. It's a casino. There's some other attractions around it. Oh, and the owner stole a lot of money from me. I would like for you to give him hell, so to speak. She chuckles at the joke. He's running a big invitational tournament with a statue of an Arrhenius devil as the prize. I would like for you to steal that statue so as to embarrass him in front of the big names of the tournament. In addition, I would like for you to steal at least 5,000 gold pieces, that being the amount he stole from me. Bring both, and I will await you. Anything extra you require? She chuckles. Well, that's up to you.
Clayton's just going to lean over to Ari and whisper, "Called it."
Elbows.
Bad news is I was not able to slip an invite to the tournament. You will not be claiming it that way. Besides, that would embarrass him less.
Damn.
All right.
Well, that's one plan thrown out the cart.
Let's see.
billable.
I can loan you a spare bag of holding for transiting loot. And a bonus cut of 100 gold apiece. You will have 48 hours to steal the statuette with as the tournament concludes 2 nights from now. The challenge is that I can probably only get you in and out once before Mr. Togglepocket catches the transit's potential connection to me. She pulls out the bag of holding. That said, there is apparently. So you got to go in, you got to scout the place, you got to get the goods. This bag of holding may be of use. You see, it's a little bit manipulated. She opens the bag. It's empty. She closes, whispers something. None of you hear it. I'm not even giving you the perception check to trick it out of her. She's way too quiet. Opens it up, revealing a large rock, which she promptly tucks out the open window. It was purely a demonstrative point. This bag is customized, so anything you put in here will not appear and will not be able to be taken out until it has been returned to me. She places the bag before you. So that's your first trick. It's not perfect. I know it'd be possible to dispel it, but still handy for the right manipulation. After all, as far as you know, it's always empty.
Glid's just going to reach out and take it, and just going to say, "I'll keep a hold of this for now." Say,
let's see.
He's just going to say, "But coming back to the topic of getting in and out, suppose a couple of us decided to go in as gamblers, he wouldn't have any problem with that, right? We could case the joint while spending a little bit of gold.
As much as you'd like, essentially." Hold on. I'm trying to find the... really? They just keep not giving me the actual... the maps I'm supposed to give you, so...
Kind of need
okay.
those.
Yeah. She also reveals a sketch of the place, which I have posted to the current campaign channel. So you may want to pop that up in a tab and show that on stream. Okay. I am no art. Let's see. The map was provided by information. There's information by a guild or by a, I won't share his name, but one of the construction contractors gave me the information on this. Here's what I know. I obviously can't go anywhere close myself. That river on the south end, that's the only reliable way in or out. Wooden boats shuttle visitors and personnel to and from the casino, which is built into a cavern. With the boat being accessible from the river. That's your prime. I don't know of any other way in or out. In other words, if you go loud, you're gonna have a challenge on your hands getting out of there. The casino's staff are all tieflings except for the gnomish owner. The employee-only areas are magically locked. There are apparently based on employee pass cards. There are security mirrors throughout the casino. I've marked the ones I'm aware of, which basically project what they reflect onto twin mirrors in the security office you see on the map. You notice that that same security office is also your route to the vault. The
Cool.
gold, which currently should contain the gold coins and the statuette.
And whatever takings from the day, hopefully.
So, up to you to figure out what to do and how to get there. Actually, if you close your eyes, if you pay for the regular boat service, you can probably get in there at least one time without suspicion. At least one additional time without suspicion. But I can get you. But these tickets are for a free visit. She pulls out a set, which will get you in once with basically no questions asked.
Mm.
There, you will simply need to plan and execute an operation end to end. The waterfall, by the way, is not a safe way in or out. Very, very long fall, sharp rocks at the bottom. Okay. She
Clear.
said she thinks you have about 48 hours till the tournament concludes. During the transit time, Clayton may have had time to prep some alchemy, and it's up. So I'll allow you to settle that offline via conversation at your opportune and convenience. By the way, so you don't have to rush the decisions here for the stuff you would have prepped before going into the hike. So, basically, you have some time, and you have at least a little more to work with. Is kind of key points here.
I see a casino. Is there any hotel attached to this, or does everyone leave at night?
Please repeat the question.
Said, I see a casino. Is there a hotel attached, or does everyone leave at night?
Everyone leaves when they're done. That's very different from at night.
Mhm.
As far as I know, the place doesn't close.
That's why we wouldn't be able to get in there quite so easily.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Tricky.
All right. Yeah. Bit trickier than our last heist, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
The carriage tickets will get you on a carriage to the dock, to the ferry, in and out, or you can write up yourselves and pay for a boat on the spot. Again, possibly more suspicious. Or you could be asking for information and doing other preparations.
I'm reviewing this map. I'm trying to figure out optimal anything, so I'm a little quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically up to you which extra preparations you wish to take before going on down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I will say that I will allow you to declare things that you would have prepared in advance on the fly, as long as they were relatively reasonable selection.
Mm-hmm. That's helpful.
It's okay.
So,
Mhm.
basically, I'm going to give you a little bit of one of the standard writing tricks of leverage.
Woo.
I do love that.
That said, if you want to do something like a map painting of an empty room, you're going to have to. That one, you would have to have told me ahead of time.
Mhm. Mm.
Nothing's really coming to mind as prep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're
right now
not,
we haven't got enough information.
yeah, if we're not getting into the tournament,
Mhm.
and I'm assuming it's one of those invite-only tournaments.
You were
Mhm.
explicitly
Yeah,
told it was an invitation. Yeah.
Oh,
Invite
actually.
only. Hmm?
So,
If we're able to if we can while we're still outside get an idea of what the staff uniform is, that actually does give both Jamisha and Archivist a
Mm.
easy way if we can swipe a card to be able to get back into the employees area. Since, as was noted, the staff is all tieflings.
That's very true. Oh, thank you for the ban.
Yep.
It was too late.
Yeah, Ink got it. Ink beat you to it with the ban hammer.
I am
Quick on the
do my
drop.
tinkets. Didn't get to do my Tinkaton hammer. My Gigaton hammer.
So, God, what are we gonna need? We're gonna need uniforms,
Mhm.
card. I'm assuming we're gonna figure out entrance and exit.
Mhm.
Statue goes in bag of holding, so we don't have to try to haul the entire thing out. um, which would also, I mean, it's going to make at least the grabbing of it easier as well, as long as we can get somebody up to the top of it. Do we have an idea of how big the statue is, or is it going to be when we see it?
You've been told statuette, which means it's
Oh.
probably not that massive,
Oh, good.
but you
Statuette,
don't know
which means
exactly
it'll
how
fit
heavy it is.
in the bag of holding.
Well,
If it's a tournament prize, it's probably in the several pounds territory.
Trophy size.
Yeah. It's at least it
Better than a participation trophy.
Yeah.
Possibly a better trophy.
Possibly an actual trophy. So, getting a bag over it will be relatively easy. We just need to make sure somebody can get behind it, I'm assuming, and not be seen. As for the gold, what did we have on? Oh, hello, that's stupid. Animals, employee. Yeah. My brain was like, "You're digesting food now. I'm going to shut off." Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to
slide
listen
the
to
map.
people.
I keep trying to slide the map with my mouse and realizing it's not funny. And
Restaurant,
Yeah.
restaurant, office sales, employee alarm security, employees only. Circus prep animals, I'm assuming, is cages?
Presumably, it was something like that.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have that
Ha-
much data for you yet.
Do we want to earmark that as a potential for ruckus?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
At the very least, it's an entry point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and it's a pretty tight entrance, especially to that vault. Going loud may not be avoidable.
Mm-hmm.
So we lean into the loud.
Yeah, I'm just saying, not all animals are as calm and collected around explosions as Buddy is.
That's exactly what I was thinking, my guy.
Very true.
You and me, we got the same idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Depending on depending on how loud we get with that, that might mean that they get busy ferrying people out, which in that chaos would be a good way to escape.
So with that in mind,
Mm.
do we play it as we get someone or someone's, depending on how many we want to do, into the vault first, have the stuff
Mm-hmm.
get grabbed, and then have the chaos happen? Or do we grab
Yeah.
during chaos? Okay, so chaos after.
Yeah, that it does seem like chaos for helping get out of the vault would be good.
So we're gonna need to figure out what
Or
kind of animals.
possibly during.
We need to figure out what kind of animals we're working with.
Also,
Mhm.
it'd be nice to know what kind of numbers of security we're looking at.
Numbers of security, whether or not we can get
Yeah.
uniforms, whether or not we
Mhm.
can get cards. How are we gonna deal with the mirrors? That's the one thing I'm kind of hung up on here.
Mhm.
She did tell you that the mirrors are connected to the security office. So theoretically, if you control that space,
Mhm.
Sorry, I had to plug my headset in.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, I think for starters,
Mhm.
we need to find out about the uniforms and what we can do there.
Mhm.
okay. As you are still in town, I would allow charisma checks to attempt to gather information. However, if you want to be subtle about those checks will be at, I'm going to say, disadvantage to try and get information. But that by taking the disadvantage, a failure would not mean that you are potentially preemptively exposed.
Charisma?
Sure, why not?
Yep.
Charisma, okay.
Then it should be a check, not a save, so that's actually a 12. Or, I'm
Oh.
sorry, 13.
Oh. Okay. I just saw charisma and I did
Oh,
thing.
that's saving throws, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
make sure you hit check, not save.
Charisma check.
Jarisha, you charisma check at disadvantage, representing being a little, be circumspect about it, just to see if you can get a little bit of information about the uniform.
Well,
Where's my. There it is.
So, can I not take disadvantage if Mitney wants to know if any of them tiefling boys are cute when she asked, basically, in those uniforms?
Oh boy. I will allow, you know what? I'll allow it.
Please,
She's got
I'll allow you
tickets
to
for this
try
place.
it.
She's
Be
never heard of it.
aware.
Employee's cute.
No.
please roll
I'll allow
well.
it.
Save me.
Okay.
Can we take my original one?
Yes, your original one at penalty, Zephiel. Mitney, if you
Okay.
do this, be aware there may be a complication later, but I will allow you to try it.
Is that complication shaped like a tiefling wearing a pair of tight pants?
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Go subtle or try to get the information.
Ari attempted. There was an attempt made. It wound up with him tripping over a stool. I'm supposed to have the highest
It is
charisma
going
in
the
this
blunt way.
group. Oh, thank fuck.
Damn!
Yay.
Mitney is in the mood for some tiefling act.
Can't say I blame her.
Alright.
I'm supposed to have the highest charisma in this entire group. How did this happen to me? How did
It's
this
kinda like
happen?
bad luck is rubbing off.
God,
Okay.
you just.
Okay,
Just
Mitney.
starts. Oh, sorry.
The
Yes.
the rumor you get is that the tuxedo pants aren't bad. The fancy lapel jackets aren't too bad. Um, hmm.
I don't know, a role like that, I'd figure some guard would say, "Hey, what about this?" and model for her.
Yeah,
Oh, we're not there yet.
You get that the you get two things. First off, it is a pants and jacket combination for both masculine and feminine staff, and notably, every employee goes in plain clothes. They are
Okay.
changed on site.
Mm.
So, in other words, the uniforms aren't in town, as far as you know. As far as your information tells.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Ari's limping back over with a bruised leg and just starts rubbing his hands on Clayton like, get your bad luck off of me!
I don't want this back.
As all of the rest of you took disadvantage, you don't get particular repercussions. Zephiel, you also get the same key points that the uniforms are not taken out of the casino, so as to maintain the commonly claimed reason being to maintain their mystique.
Ah. Sounds like they got
I'd
shit to
figure how
hide.
to be able to wash them on the site.
Mm-hmm.
They presumably have based on their appearance, they probably have to in fact have something for that.
Mm-hmm.
Housekeeping.
Oh, there is a laundry spot on the map, so
I mean, I guess we could have someone pose as housekeeping to get some dirty ass uniforms.
I volunteer.
I mean, you'd probably fit in pretty well, tieflings.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was the point of asking about the uniforms.
Indeed.
the laundry is not protected by the mirrors. I see. Spa, baths, restaurant in that area. Easy enough to spill food on something.
Let me see here. Let me check on a few things here.
Feel better?
A little, yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Well, I guess if I could use that if I need to. 'Cause I know Jamisha isn't exactly the best liar.
But I can disguise myself.
Yet
Disguise.
that's true.
Disguising's
Mhm.
good.
I'm just trying to see if I have anything that could help if we need to do anything like make shit up on the fly. Trying to be a good teammate, I guess. But yeah, also Ari, we can't always be the one stealing the show.
Yeah, you guys do
You
it
two,
together too often, and they're gonna start getting suspicious.
you two
Exactly.
are the faces.
Yeah.
We are. But if we are openly the faces too often,
Now that's
we're
what
gonna get recognized.
that's what disguise kits are for.
Hmm.
I guess you're right.
I mean,
Mhm.
the brains is here to blow things up and plot ways in and out, and this is a pretty tight facility with the river
Mhm.
entrance. We really do just have one shot at this,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not liking how little we know about the security and especially the vault.
I don't like it either.
As a Las Vegan, I know that the vault is not that easy.
Absolutely not.
I can disguise myself.
I
As
can also
housekeeping.
disguise myself.
As
Housekeeping?
housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Without a whole lot of effort, I imagine.
Mhm.
You probably
And
could.
I can jot down. I have a spell called Illusory Script. I can jot down info like, I don't know, guards, routines, security camera location,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
things
we've got
like
the cameras. Well, we've got what the client knows about the cameras, which is always not guaranteed to be everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I can double check that. And if
Let me
anyone
double check
finds
something in
my
my
paper,
notes.
if I accidentally lose my paper, which is unlikely, no one can read it but us anyway.
That's good.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mitnick can once again inspect stone, since this appears to be in a,
Mhm.
in a cliff.
I was
See
going
if
to
any of the stone
say,
don't line up.
mountain, blowing our way in. We've got the certain Thancred discussions from this weekend arguing against that.
He's sleeping on the couch.
Cheaty bastard! So mad at him right now.
Mitney's train of thoughting here. Mitney is a monk, so if Mitney gets grabbed by security, they've still got their weapons.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because the damn thing I'm seeing is how to get in the employees only area, which has cameras at two of the entrances and a whole bunch of Carney staff at the third.
I will note one important detail, and that is that this place is going to be pretty busy. You will have anonymity until you blow it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Unfortunately, getting the intel we need likely means blowing it.
Yeah.
Unless Mitney wants to go in and get grabbed by security and thrown out summarily a little later.
Mitney does think you have a words.
do, do, do,
There is a
do.
cantrip. They're curious how it would affect the mirrors, but the big open area ones would be tricky. So it would be a case of stares at a mirror. Yep, does something, gets grabbed. Did it work or didn't? Let's find out.
Yeah, it's the mirrors that I think is gonna be our bigger hang up. But we know about the uniforms. We have a potential way of getting in there to get
Mhm.
uniforms. Oh, uh, Leia asked you a question, Ink, if you did not see. In
Oh.
DM.
Sorry.
Discord DM.
Sorry.
It's fine. I just didn't want to interrupt.
Mm-hmm. You did say the control of the mirrors is in the office, and if we have security uniforms, we can get in.
Mhm.
I mean, at that point, as long as they're not split between the two offices, they're like either just in one, or we get two people in there. If we have our people in there, it won't fucking matter.
Uh-huh.
So what I'm hearing is Mitne has a chance to be caught by our own people.
Basically.
Mhm.
I'm just clarifying something with Ink real quick because I got
I've
new.
passed response clarification. Yep.
Yeah, just clarifying. I have Okay. Okay. All right. Zephiel might have an advantage on something.
Oh?
So going forward, unless the person that they have cast an illusion or enchantment on has any reason to be suspicious afterwards, they could successfully use a illusion or enchantment on someone who is like a friendly,
Yep.
not hostile person, and get some additional information from them while they're under the effect of that. And unless they are tipped off in any way to the fact that they had something cast on them, they're not going to know after the spell is worn off. So Zephiel can use that, and Zephiel is also aware that they do have this ability and how powerful it can be, but they're not going to want to use it a lot for obvious reasons.
Mhm.
Because if a lot of people are suddenly realizing, oh, something's not right, that's not going to be good for us. But yes, just a heads up to you all that that is an option on the table.
Ho, ho.
So I would say, in that case, if I am one of the people who've, if I am one of the people doing my face thing, and we locate someone who maybe is not like the most powerful, but is a little higher up, I could possibly enchant them and get some information.
Mhm.
And that would be really
Interesting.
beneficial to us. So if y'all have anything you want me to ask while I have them under enchantment, y'all let me know.
Yep, depending on the enchantment you use, of course, durations, etc. So, Friends is your most reliable one because that just simply gives you advantage on social checks in
That's what I was
not much else,
thinking.
but it's also, spammable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to keep that in mind. You are kind of hyper optimized for face position with your current stat.
Yep. I mean, I'm not saying I don't necessarily need to do the face thing, but the idea was there, the concern was there.
Mhm.
That being said, me being a distraction this time, maybe not the best use of my abilities.
Yeah.
Me being the info gatherer, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need some people to go in and get some info because right now Clayton does not have enough to brain with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think we're all
All
I
right.
running
got
into
a
that
lot of
problem.
questions and no answers.
So,
Mhm.
do you wish to go ahead and head towards the casino?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, the casino's carriage for ticketed guests uh, gets goes north out of town, just not too far. The wagon is covered but open on the side. It goes a little into the woods, and in a branch of the road, there's a freshly painted and finely lacquered sign declaring "This way to the afterlife" in fancy, gaudy gold lettering. An arrow points down a narrower branch, which the carriage promptly turns down. This is you pass a cobbled turnaround and lot where carriage staff can wait while their patrons gamble. Um, as At the end of the road, just couple hundred feet further down, there is a tiefling in a red robe, um, who calmly bows and, bids you welcome to the Afterlife Casino, raising a hand outward to point you towards some very brightly lit docks, one of which currently has a boat upon it.
I make a show of looking over the tiefling and nudging Archivist.
Mm-hmm.
And repeat the word before archivist.
Like,
I didn't hear you clearly.
I make a show of looking at the tiefling, like, outfit cute, and nudging Archivist.
It's not particular. The
Archivist
robe
nods
is not
solemnly.
particularly flattering.
Yeah, like, robe. Yeah, little bit of a nah. Maybe not for you.
No, that was not going in my glam test.
Yep.
As you can see, my friend is looking for a little something something.
Perhaps there would be better temptations within.
I mean,
He's clearly trying to follow a bit of a script.
Mhm.
He's not sure
Well.
how to take this.
I mean, how else
You're
are you
not
gonna spend your afterlife?
I'm clearly not the
My
first.
apologies. I need a quick minute.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I need to pee.
Mhm.
I'll be right back.
Bio break.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, neat.
Oh,
No.
Nyan?
Yeah.
Kitties.
I went to go and check on Rue after I went pee, and I went and gave him some pets and some love, and he's purring, so.
Okay.
I have a timer set up for my next streams, and a command that will show the GoFundMe for Ruru.
Ah, I need to figure that out.
Okay. So, do you go for the boat?
Mm-hmm.
Go for the boat.
Why not?
The
Why
boat
the hell
has
not?
one staff member on it. Staff member is dressed in a large black robe with a with golden shawl, coins on it, and a heavy hood that completely conceals their face. Once you have all boarded, he says but one word. And then,
did not hear the word.
Did not hear the
Oh.
word.
God damn it, my voice canceling stopped
Mhm.
me, didn't it?
I was gonna say, what was that? Speak up, man.
Oh.
I thought that was an in character thing.
And then the boat begins to push off. Yeah, he's unsubtly playing, and then you see a sign saying another gold gear sign saying the river stick.
Oh.
Yeah, he's playing the part of Karin.
Mm.
I always knew I was dead inside. Now I can be dead outside too.
Yeah.
Pat.
I mean, look at me. I look dead.
Oh.
Maybe we should.
He agrees.
I don't know if I want him to agree with us.
He shrugs as he advances.
Fair
Ably
enough.
navigating your boat downriver and into an underground channel. As the cave mouth forms around you, you hear music over the echo of a distant waterfall. The cave's ceiling rises high above your head, and dancing lights pop around hanging stalactites. River winds onward until it opens onto the casino floors, splitting the cavernous chamber in twain, and passing under arched stone bridges at various points. Card tables and other gaming stations, surrounded by chattering patrons, fill the vast open space. A cheer rises from deeper in the cavern, which is garishly decorated to suggest excitement, opportunity, and acceptance. The farrier steers your boat toward the left bank, and your boat rocks as it bumps up against the wooden dock. He then raises one hand, gesturing at the glittering sights before you, and intones in a deep, raspy voice. Well, the afterlife. Temptation awaits. And this is where I will start to reveal the real map by moving you towards it. Followed by
Woohoo.
let's
It feels kind of. Yeah, Clayton's just gonna hand over 2 silver to Charon.
take inspiration. Clayton gains inspiration.
Nice. Good
Good
going.
job.
As you already had inspiration. Okay, I'm updating your gold supply accordingly. I am going to add a class resource. and you under your resources bin near the short rest, long rest buttons, you will now be able to have additional inspirations. I'll add that for other characters as it becomes relevant.
Nice.
Okay, so let's see, how much do I want? This right away.
Woohoo! Blackjack.
Make my own casino. Blackjack and hookers. Forget the
Mm.
blackjack. It's pretty swanky for a cave.
Yeah, there's clearly been some serious construction done on this place.
Mhm.
Some seriously expensive construction at that.
Well,
Yeah,
we did
fair.
get 5,000 gold stolen.
Gee, I wonder.
This looks like it cost a hell of a lot more than $5,000.
Mhm.
Couldn't
Like-
have hurt.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
definitely. Remember that you were informed that the Golden Vault suspects the individual was dealing with devils. So
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no way you could
Clayton
have
is
afforded
very
that without
interested
it.
in that, and very, very happy that he speaks Infernal.
Mhm. Yep.
okay, I will deposit your tokens in a moment once I have finished revealing the areas you can see, which go a fair ways north. All right, let's see. You do notice that there were other boats passing you. All of them with no. Buddy the horse is presumably not going with you. That was a misdrag.
Look, Buddy has a problem.
Buddy can just spend
Buddy
some
has
time
a-
getting to know Holly.
I'm going
Let
to
the horse
yeah,
cook.
Buddy's the horse is not going to have an easy time playing at these tables. I'm sorry.
You never know.
Can't believe this casino is racist against its equine customers. I know that devils have hooves. This is not fair treatment.
Well, if we see a centaur, we'll let Buddy know that he's welcome here.
Can I derail for a moment? Briefly?
Uh-oh.
I don't see why not. I'm always trying to.
I keep meaning to bring it up anyway, just because I don't, because we have a horse and now we have two of them. But somebody was doing like what's some of the worst ideas you could possibly do for D&D characters, and one of them was a talking horse. Like, they're just a talking horse. It's not magic or anything.
yes.
They just happen to be a talking horse. But they would play it so completely straight until the last moment where they would need to talk to somebody, and their only thing that they would say to this person, either this NPC or villain or whoever, would be, "No one would believe you."
It's Mr. Ed.
It's chaotic, Mr. Ed. No one would believe you.
No one would believe. Oh my God.
Amazing. That's
'Kay.
amazing.
So it's just one of these days I just half expect Buddy to pop off with that. Just, no one would believe you.
So let's see things you spot so far in general line of sight. Information you can already figure out. Just to your left, just to the west a little ways, and over to the east are cashiers' stations. The cashiers are obviously tieflings. They are wearing the thin lapelled jacket and the not particularly tight tuxedo pants. All of them have smiling devil masks on them and will make change or trade out cash for the casino's chips. The ceiling is about 50 feet above you, festooned with hanging stalactites.
Pointy.
Let's see, doors. The couple doors you can spot are fairly typical wood. And there are lights around the place, all done via programmed dancing light spells. They are kind of creating the illusion of hellishly hued flames floating and bobbing all around the place.
Impressive.
The music, Zeph is the first to figure out that the music is a illusion magic piped around the casino. Kind of, frankly, cowboy country.
Fake music.
Ugh, this place is automatically evil.
Mm-mm.
Let's
I
see.
mean, if they wanted us to be in hell, that's one way of doing it.
Mhm.
Let's see. You see a few guards. You see a few guards around. They have. They are wearing the same uniforms, but their jackets are obviously much stiffer. They are obviously armor jackets meant to kind of look the part. Let's see. You see the mirrors. They're not particularly hidden. Each one is about 12 feet up off the floor and angled downward. And they're also, besides the security thing you know about them from the information you've been given, they are, mirrors. So the staff are commonly glancing at them to glance at spots they can't easily see. Let's see. Most of the walls are just the naturally carved stone, though the interior walls are also stone a couple of feet thick. Mitney, you can tell that they were, while they're made to look kind of natural, they were in fact sculpted with stone shape.
They stone shaped the place. Of course they did.
So
They did.
Which, I mean, slightly safer probably, but
the floors are smooth stone that was hand worked, and there are garish rugs just all over the place.
Ugh.
Let's see.
So how garish are we talking about? Like gold saucer level of garish?
We're talking on that par, yeah.
Oh dear.
I haven't seen
goody.
what the gold saucer looks like in Rebirth, but
I was
it's-
thinking more FF14 because that's the one I'm most familiar with.
oh right, Manderville gold saucer. Sorry.
It's, I mean, either way.
Either way,
they were
it-
all pretty garish.
It's pretty
Pretty garish
garish,
either
though
way.
there is no gigantic statue of a half-naked gnome.
And
well,
we can thank the gods for that.
All right. With that said, it's you do have cover at this point. There is no one suspects much of anything. You are 6 relatively typical looking people going around. Between the map you have and what you can see, you're not seeing a lot of critical flaws in the map. The scale's imperfect, but it's broadly in line. Let's see. So, up to you where you guys choose to go. If you choose to try and gamble to keep your cover, or any of that. If you guys split up, I'm going to kind of randomly shuffle through scenes, and I will note that there's a fairly general din of noise around the place. So as long as you're relatively quiet, you can probably chat with each other without much attention. So that's an important tool.
Yes. Well, first and foremost, Clayton is going to go get 10 GP worth of chips because coming into a casino and not gambling is pretty sauce.
Okay. All right, let me okay. So as you head over to the cashier, I'm just going to drag everyone over.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
figured that was probably a good idea for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking
The,
Ari would have said I'm coming too, so.
Let's see.
Japisha will come along, but she's not going to get chips.
Welcome. You you look towards the north and you see a narrow racing track along the center of the section. Dragon patrons clustered around it, watching looks like number of rats scurrying along respective lanes. As one rat crosses the finish line, cries of victory and groans of defeat erupt from the patrons. Just south of the track there's some lounge chairs and then the cashier booth. The tieflings staffing this booth are wearing masks of a grinning devil and oh dear. And as Clayton sets the 10 gold down, the so I'm having to check something. So the chips go from scales down to a copper up to a gold. So I'm not going to keep precise track for sanity's sake, but you can you basically make your pick. What you do notice is that there is no cash on hand. There is a magical sigil on the station's countertop. The coins get placed on the sigil and then disappear.
Whoa.
That's interesting.
On a second sigil, your stack of chips appear and are pushed towards you. Okay. So Clayton popped in 10 GP worth of chips, which have been added to the inventory. Does anyone else choose to purchase chips at this point?
Ari will do 5 gold.
Okay. You do notice that they do it the same way every time.
Mm-hmm.
The motion is well practiced. And and the person seems pretty relaxed. It seems like it's a very basic script.
Is this just a basic translocation spell, like a portal, or?
I will say that if one of you slips a detect magic, you can guess that it looks like it's some sort of teleportation magic, but to get more specific, you would need both detect magic and an arcana.
Well, Clayton's got the arcana, but the lack of detect magic is certainly a bit of it.
I can do a detect magic, I think.
Okay.
Let me check actually. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure. Yes, I can do a detect magic.
Oh, and you do have all 3 slots handy.
Yep.
So you can hang on to it to spot some other stuff possibly as you go around a bit.
Okay. So I can go ahead and cast that, or
Yep.
I will go ahead and do that.
Okay. That leaves you with 2 casts for the current long rest.
Mhm.
And
I mean, I'm more likely going to be using my cantrips anyway, so.
okay, you can definitely tell the magic auras on the sigils. And go ahead and give me an Arcana check to see how much more detail you get.
Alrighty, let's see here. Arcana. And that's a normal roll.
Yep.
Got it. Ooh, hell yeah.
Damn good.
Yep. The method's the method on them is very simplistic. Simply put, when the coins go onto the sigil, they are dropped into the vault. And when they on the other sigil, the person can pull from one side chips or the other coin. It appears that they're keyed probably to the mask or something else on their person. There's multiple detect magic auras as if specifically to foil the obvious observation. But something on their person is what allows them to activate the sigil. There also, you notice, seems to be a secondary layer to the enchantment. Particularly large pulls require the second cashier to validate the transaction.
So they're super, super beefy on security here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, relatively so far.
Mhm.
Obviously, if you could get your hands on two of the control items, you could probably yank quite a bit straight out of the vault fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
There is
That's a good thing to
also,
know.
however, one last thing you spot, and that's a little evocation effect, which appears to go to write something to a ledger or something. You're not precisely sure, but that tells you you need to check that those offices might be something you would want to check out.
Yeah, they're keeping track of how much is taken out and how much is put back in. It sounds like,
Oh.
which smart from a business perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Does anyone else pick up any chips?
5 GP worth from Mitney.
Yeah,
5.
I guess I'll take 5 GP for Zeph too.
Okay.
I know we're on a heist, but may as well have some fun.
We're still gonna
Alright,
look
if
like
all
we
goes-
belong here until, set heist.
If all goes
Mhm.
according to plan, we're getting it back.
That too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean we also
And then
gotta
some.
blend in.
Sorry, I'm adjusting
Alright.
some things here.
All right. So let's see. Basically, at this point, you're in a open phase of going around towards locations. One thing you don't see is is where the tournament itself is happening. Though you think that that's a room up here, up to the north. Can people hear me still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm just big head empty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to give you information, but at this point, you're kind of in the open phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You notice that there are let's see. There are 3 games being played at the different tables around the casino. Three Dragon Ante is a long-played traditional card game of the realms. I have the real deck, but busting it out would take some effort. But basically you place bets and try to outslip try and outfox your opponents in various ways. It is usually played between 5 players, with the house taking a small fee from each pot. Life and Death is a simple dice game built on almost pure luck and your will to push it. Finally, there is a more recent regional card game known as Pandante. Courtesy of Serling Games. That's not a character note. If when we actually start playing it, I will break out the actual board, which has the copyright information on it, used with permission. It is a poker. Well, what we would know see out of character is a poker-like game, where with limited information, you claim how strong your hand is, possibly lying, in order to be the person with the highest bet that is not challenged at the end of the round. It's a little more elaborate than the others. And in addition, there are variously themed copper slot machines around, which can take anything from 1 copper to 1 gold worth of chips. So there's a few different games being played around here. It's kind of hard to tell how severe the rig is, or if there even is hard ones, or if the house is basically just relying on numbers and people skunking out on their own to make their money that way.
The house always relies on people. Well, there's always a rig, and there are always rooms.
And the house always wins.
Mm-hmm. Well, the house ain't winning this time.
In Marvel Comics, one character chose to make his hero name The House for that reason.
I mean, it's dumb, but it's clever dumb.
So if you choose to play, we'll break stuff out. I will say that as I don't actually have the cards rigged up, Pandante will be a lot of me breaking out descriptive text on the fly. But the other ones have simplified play rules that I can just bust out for everybody.
Yeah, well, right now I don't think any of us are seriously gambling. We're more here for information purposes.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, Clayton's probably going to start rolling around and playing with the cheap slots to start with.
All right.
And I assume these are slots.
Yep. All right. So we will. Okay. These ones run at 5 copper or 1 silver.
Clayton is going to come up here and just sit at this one at the north, where he can just lazily feed copper chips in and keep an eye on the comings and goings from the doors.
All right.
Actually, pardon me, not that one. This one. That way he can watch the offices.
So I'm going to go ahead and arbitrarily say that you will make 4 attempts for 2 silvers worth. And what you notice as the area you're in is going by the name Minoros, and just next to you is Bar Bulge. 2 bars, a bunch of plush chairs and cushions, and notably behind the counter there are cigars for sale. One thing you do notice, though, glancing around the security mirrors a bit, is that only this mirror all the way down here has line of sight to where you're, has strong line of sight to your location or to the security door. or to the secured or to the employees-only area. The slots themselves are 5 identical reels, apparently non-magical, and depict 6 runes and infernals, selected borderline randomly, basically whatever looks cool. As you pull the lever,
I speak infernal, and that reel makes no sense.
they're all basically the equivalent of single letters. Let's see. So your first roll of bidding half a silver comes up with 11156. A silver coin, a full silver chip spits out.
Italy.
Hey, this is good. This is good turnaround already.
Second roll. Only 2 symbols match this time. 2, 3, 4, 6, 6. No payout. You have to match 3 apparently. Third doesn't pay out. And neither does the fourth. By these 4 rolls, so you're 1 silver of chips behind. That's relatively okay. And the thing you note, this staff don't seem to be particularly buzzing in and out. It's not like people are constantly moving in or out of here. They are more just basically once they're out, they're sticking around for much of their shift until they opt to head for the break room. So
that is going to make imitating staff to get in and out a little harder.
Yeah, that's quite possibly the thing, isn't it?
Clayton's just rolling his chips over his knuckles, no doubt fumbling it quite a few times. That's how they get you, that first payout.
Classic. Let's see. Right. There were the rules of the place are pretty simple. Stay out of the river Styx. Don't cheat. Don't accost or threaten patrons or staff. Keep any weapons that are on you hidden or sheathed at all times. Yeah, they didn't do a security check. Only employees may pass through green trimmed doors. Play as you choose. Those are the rules within. You notice that there are no signs of town guard or anything. Basically, the only law is what's within. So basically, I kind of have to have you guys pick a direction to opt to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Clayton's doing his thing. You guys want to go and do your thing?
I'm gonna look around, I think, and try and see if there's any particular employee that looks like they're in a higher position.
Okay. Okay. As you go around, let's see. Let's reveal another. Thank you for your patience while I click around the. Up here, there are there are a pair of doors. One is not green trimmed, so the one right next to you is potentially open, open to visitors. This one back here, however, is does have the lock on it, and
lock.
it
I'm not seeing pings on the map.
you may need to scroll north.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep.
Yep, there it
Yep.
was. There it was.
There we
Sorry.
go.
So this door is the one that's open. This one is employees only. You do see you do see that it does have. Wait a second. Actually, check this. Yeah. So you would need to. You would need a little. You would probably need something to get in.
Mhm.
Let's see. Ari and Jamisha, give me perception checks.
Perception. Perception. Why can I never remember where that's at? Ha ha!
Okay.
A
Excellent.
good roll.
You spot an employee going through the door, and what you notice is they fumble with something that's in the breast pocket of their jacket. A little closer, and you spot that it's shaped, well, very similarly to the cards you saw on the guards back at the museum. Looks like it's the same. Looks like it might be literally the same mechanism. Except if you had one of those cards still, it probably wouldn't work here.
Yeah, I kind of figured that as much. It's like you can't take
But
a card for yeah, you can't take one hotel's card key to another hotel and just break the fuck in.
Yeah.
Yep. RFID cards aren't that easy to rig.
Yeah.
And this is probably something a little more elaborate than that.
Magic art.
One thing, so back up north, as you're glancing around Zephiel, you do notice that there are no security mirrors that see into this hallway. Just none. There's also stairs going downstairs that look like they are intended for actual audience use. So, and from the map you were shown earlier, that apparently leads to the hotel restaurant. Well, not hotel, but casino's restaurant. Did anyone go with Zephiel actually when scooching around?
Considering I've been looking at whatever it is I'm looking at, the door. No, I didn't. I actually stayed back.
Okay. Let's see. Next thing if you go further north, the sound of the waterfall gets really loud here. Like it drowns out the noise of the casino when you're anywhere close. There are proper banisters here, unlike some of the other bridges around. They did in fact remember to practice basic OSHA compliance. That said, it is a pretty dramatic view to a 100-foot drop into deep water with sharp rocks at the bottom.
Yay, sharp rocks.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of OSHA violations.
There will be.
And just as, and perhaps more important in reality, you see a dedicated room with steps leading down into the tournament area, into what appears to be the tournament area.
Hmm.
The area is open to the public, though the tables are mostly unstaffed, and people are intensely playing a card tournament. Right now, there's only two tables active, and there is a sign up top saying Grand Minaros Invitational. You notice, besides the dealers at each of the tables and the 8 participants, all of whom are using identical tokens, even though they're
Mm-hmm.
actually slightly detailed NPCs, is, well,
Is that where a statue is? Or is statue hidden behind something else?
this is hold on. Is a single security guard by a large display case. Couple feet wide, couple feet deep, few feet tall, fairly heavy looking. You're not sure how heavy offhand. Inside of which is a 9-pound looking gold statue. Solid gold, detailedly depicting a beautiful winged feminine figure, dramatically holding a large ruby. This would appear to be a Arinya. And while they may look pretty, they are the devils of fury.
Angie.
Yeah, they are Anki. Or at least that's their archetype. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Yeah, all that fun
And-
Well,
stuff.
here's Hell's Woman Scorned, so here we go.
Let's see.
Do I notice anything particularly magical about the statue upon a first glance?
The statue appears to be non-magical. However, there are abjuration runes around the of some sort on the cape.
I would assume those would be to prevent theft.
Yes.
Okay, that's easy
Both-
enough to figure out.
In addition, the latch on the front of the case is a hinged door, and there's a fairly large padlock. You're not sure how tough the security actually is offhand, but the lock does not appear to have special magic on it.
Could be for show, could just be for security.
Indeed. Let's see.
I mean, I feel like the real security is probably the runes. The lock might just be for show. But I mean, it's doing its job.
DM shrugs. Across are 2 large doors that would appear to lead, based on the signage, to the Cirque Meladomini. The next performance is in 2 hours, apparently, and the doors are shut at the moment. Also, a sign marked the tournament area as Kenya. So, they're sticking to the 9 Hells theme pretty thoroughly here.
Yeah.
Well, if we want to race out with the animals, we are going to want to watch the circus.
That is
Mhm.
true.
Yeah.
We are going to want to watch the circus.
Yes. Mitney will shuffle towards the circus.
Do you
would
think
It
just-
would be very quiet.
with this information, you can slip back and share everything to everyone pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm
Nothing
gonna go
seems
ahead
odd
and do
about
that.
nothing seems odd about Zephiel walking around.
Yeah. I mean, I'm new to this place. I've never seen this shit before. It's only natural that I would want to see what's up there.
Overall, Jamisha, the security, if you can get into the employees only areas, the security shouldn't be too difficult to beat. The one challenge is that the locks appear to be magic locks, which means that you're probably not going to be. They are. They would be difficult to pick. Hold on, let me look that up. I'm having to look up a spell definition. 1 second. But if you got your hands on a pass card or two, that would allow you to bypass it fairly easily.
Clayton's 100% going to be tapped to swipe another key card.
You're probably going to need to swipe at least one, yeah.
At least one, probably two of the magical items that lead to the chip and money exchange. So this, I do have a question here. This door, you probably told people about it, but this one's open, right?
Which one's open?
This one?
Yeah.
If
That was
I
listed
peek,
as leading to a spa.
oh, it's leading to a spot. Okay. I was just gonna
You can-
ask if I peek in there, what would I see? But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. Nice and quick here. Make sure it actually feels what I want it to. So it is a scrolling a bit. The air in there is warmer, more humid. There's a certain sulfurous fragrance, and the tiefling behind the desk is has a light smile. Chintz curtains are drawn behind her. Looks like she's got a scripted line, but if you don't approach, she doesn't say it yet. But this appears to be home to the Phlegethosian Spa, or there is which is home to therapeutic massages, or a wood-sided sauna, and the Stygian Bath, which are hot spring style baths, probably artificial, and probably used would be a decent place for the party to gather, where there would notably be good reason for there not to be any security mirrors.
Yeah. Are the hot springs co-ed?
They are indeed.
Okay, that would make sense then. Yeah. Yeah, but that would be a good place.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a pretty good place to gather and.
There's also quite a few employees. There's probably quite a few employees in there too, which could be extra opportunities for pass cards.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good place for potential vulnerabilities.
Yep.
All right.
It's
Awesome.
also right next to where you suspect the laundry to be, by the way, which is just the east of that area.
Yeah.
So that would be your best chance of stealing uniform.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, I'm glad I poked my head in.
So.
And I can relay some information to the rest of y'all.
All right. The rates, by the way, are a little more expensive. Massage is 10 gold an hour. The wood-sided sauna is free, notably though, but only for people who've paid into the baths, which are 2 gold for a 2-hour session or 5 gold for an all-day bath
Oh damn, that's
per
not
person.
10 gold
Five?
for a massage. Better be a succubus herself doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You suspect that they don't have the budget for that.
I mean,
At that cost, why not?
It all went into the construction, obviously.
body
Mm-hmm.
dysphoria. I don't want them seeing me naked anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah. All right. So it's basically a matter of which opportunities you guys are going to try to take. Jamisha, there are a couple opportunities as you're slipping around where security guards pass you. You could try to pickpocket one
Okay.
if you wish. Okay. So if you wish to do that, give me a sleight of hand check. Okay. And punk. So I'm having to locate. Your first few. Your okay. The first guard that passes you, you don't manage to get a theft off of him, but neither does he notice. A little later, a second guard passes, and you slip uh, and you manage to slip and hide in the sleeve a a green metallic card embossed with a devil's smiling and winking visage. If Zephiel takes a look, there's some basic abjuration magic on it, and it will basically allow you to slip in through locked doors. Of course, let's see. The one possibly leading to the laundry has no mirrors on it. This one has a mirror, though it is rather distant. A little bit of crowd noise would probably allow you to, or light distraction would allow you to slip in. Could allow you to slip in rather using the card.
would yeah.
Note that the way that the cards work, one card will get a single group together in there. So you don't need to have a card per person, only as many cards as you split up by.
Okay.
So I'm giving you that one freebie, so you don't have to experiment with that detail just for time's sake.
Woo.
Speaking of time,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about quarter
Yeah.
to.
That's why I was
we are
trying to wait to use the bathroom because I was like, we're so close, but bladder would not let me.
yeah
Better.
yeah. So you have 12 minutes to end a session scheduled, and your best bet probably, yeah, well, you don't know where the vault is. You do know where the statue is. You need both. It's Verity gave you one key bit of what turned out to be bad information. However, she thought the statue was in the vault.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
damn it.
No, it's not. Well, I
Damn
mean,
it.
So
is there any chance that the statue that we're seeing is a replica?
you don't know for sure, but it's possible.
Okay.
I think we need a dwarf's eyes for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need Mitney would have to take a look. I didn't sense anything magical from the statue, just from the case.
Correct.
So
Yep.
there is a chance that we could be dealing with a replica here. They might not want to bring the real thing out until there's a winner declared, which would make sense.
Pretty typical measures there.
Hmm. I would think that a statue like that would hold some sort of magic or some sort of magical properties. But I mean,
Well, if they're
I
giving
could
it
be wrong.
away,
What
If they're
that
given,
you were
um,
told that the stolen stake, the amount stolen from Verity, was around 5,000 gold.
mhm,
So that might give you an upper bound on the initial budget of this place. However, the keyword is might.
mate.
yeah, given all the stonework we've seen, this is a hell of a lot more than 5,000 GP.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mhm. How much more, though? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Also
And
depends on how many souls worth. Looks
Finger gun.
infernal.
Oh dear.
yeah.
Yeah, Clayton
The
is going to
theme's
need to.
obvious, but while the theme is unsubtle between the tiefling employees and the devil symbols all over the place, you don't have any blatant evidence yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing is, if the person in question hosting the tournament is dealing with devils, they're going to want to recruit souls or some other sort of currency like that. So I wouldn't put it past them
Well,
to
it would depend on which circle of hell we're dealing with, too. Because,
fair. I mean,
Well,
yeah, exactly. So I mean,
Zephiel, give me a history check.
history check. Well, let's see here. Normal roll.
Yeah,
Your rolls are
you
great
do
today.
recall what's come out in the newspapers a few years ago when a high-profile noble family in Waterdeep, how do I word this? They were caught with their fingers in the pie, so to speak. Victoria and Amalia Castellanter, no relation to Renate Kessler, to be clear. I'm giving you that one straight up.
Eh,
Um,
I wouldn't expect her to be dealing with devils.
uh, they supposedly traded away the souls not of themselves but their children.
Well then.
Mm.
So
Yep,
I mean,
to regain their fortune. In order to avoid losing their other children, they were attempting, with the aid of fellow infernal worshipper-minded individuals, to kill and sacrifice 100 people in literally hundreds of thousands of gold to Asmodeus himself. The evidence
fun.
mostly came out after the fact. It is not clear who the party that ultimately exposed this scheme and ran them out of town was. However, the official credit goes directly to the Black Staff and the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors.
So my theory could be that the real statue actually does have something to
Is
do with
something much more valuable.
it's
That
something
could
much
be the
more
case.
it's something much more valuable, but also would possibly put the eternal soul of the winner in some sort of danger. If,
Yep.
if we are allegedly dealing with devils. Allegedly. Gotta say that for
Allegedly.
legal reasons.
Allegedly.
For legal reasons, I must say this is all alleged.
We are only level 2. It's a little early to actually deal with devils.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the possibility is there,
Yeah.
but until we know for sure, allegedly. Until we have the proof. but this also means that were any of us to get our hands on the thing, and if it were trapped for that nefarious purpose, it could put one of us in danger too, or many of us. So, just saying, it is something to watch out for,
Mm-hmm.
especially if that's something that we are supposed to be taking along with whatever we can get from the vault.
Mm.
Yay, my history knowledge came in handy.
Woohoo! And that,
My rolls have been pretty good today.
yeah, they have. And that pretty much brought us right to 5 minutes before we're supposed to be done. So I think that's a good place to stop.
That's
Yeah.
probably a pretty good place, yeah.
Yeah, especially since I am a little tired
I am too.
and I need to get my meds going and stuff like
I
that.
have also been very ouchy today. So I do think that's just gonna be it for me. I was gonna read, but my body's just like, no, go lay in bed. Bed
I feel
comfy.
that.
It's downtime.
Yes. Is eepy time. So that'll be it for a file. I am going to be on a brief hiatus while I am getting my surgery and recovering. So
Important.
it's very important.
Mm.
So as of right now, I have no plans to do 14 Friday or D&D Monday for the next one coming up. After that, we'll have to see where I'm at as far as like
Mhm.
recovery stuff is concerned, and I'll probably do my usual like announcing on Twitter and the Discords and whatnot.
Mhm.
And also, if anyone who is currently watching is not of our usual group, I haven't set it up yet to do the like pingy thing that Leia knows how to do. I need to ask her how to help me to do that. But
Yeah.
speaking of, hi Bubba, I got a nuzzle.
Aww.
Our orange boy, our 10-year-old orange boy Rurik, he's been losing some weight and it's getting concerning. So we got to take him to the vet, and there's probably going to be tests and who knows what else, and also things like probably changing diets and all that fun stuff. So I have set up a GoFundMe. It is currently linked in my about section under donation.
Baby.
If you cannot donate, then at the very least passing it around helps.
Thank you.
And anything is appreciated, passing
Thank
it
you,
around
baby.
or
You want to come up here?
passing it
You wanna come
around
up here, baby?
or donating,
Come
either
here.
one. Jay has generously offered to at least assist us with getting him his like first appointment that we have set up on the 30th, and anything tied to that particular appointment. So,
Yeah.
but we are still going to need help with this probably because
Yeah.
our little drama queen over here, drama prince, loves to be the problem child when it comes to health stuff.
And it's like I'm just worried about him because he lost weight so quickly,
He really
and
did.
I don't know if it's just old man lethargy or whatever. But it's really concerning and really scary, and I'd like to at least,
Yeah. We're thinking and kind of crossing our fingers, honestly, that it's either A, nothing and he's just being dramatic, or B, that it's thyroid, which can be treated.
Yeah, if it's anything worse than that, I am going to be crying.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I'm still going to be crying because it's my baby, but
Yes. But yeah, he
whether
has...
it's out of happiness or whatever, that
But-
remains to be seen.
Yep.
But yeah, my baby. Anyway, on Friday, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that I'm gonna be doing an extra Mass Effect day on Friday because I'm gonna be the only one streaming.
Mhm.
So
What was that? For some reason, you cut out really weird.
Yeah, you got
Just
cut off
lost
real.
you entirely.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh no, did your
Odd.
headset turn off?
so yeah, my headset turned off.
Oh.
That was fun.
Okay.
But
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
Mass Effect all weekend. Now it's the charging cord doesn't connect very well, and sometimes it does that. But
Ah.
it's actually my battery's at 80%. It's fine.
Okay.
It is charging. It just doesn't like to stay connected
Yeah.
when I'm wearing it.
So yeah, Friday, if you guys go check out Cousin Rin for Mass Effect, and during the weekend as well, and then we'll be taking a break on Monday, and we will see how the rest of the week goes with that. Wish me luck on my surgery. Gonna
Yeah.
get hopefully my vision back, and also again stuff with Rurik, with the
Yeah,
baby boy, who is
Rue
currently
has
eating.
his
So he is
important
eating
duty.
right now.
He is eating. Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have witnessed him eating. He is eating. He's doing good on that, and I do know he is still going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem to be in like any pain or anything when he's doing that. So
Yeah. It's mostly the weight loss and the lethargy at this point.
yeah, which it could just be he's old and he's feeling his age and it's really hot.
I was
But
gonna say,
Good thing he
they're
finally
just cups
he
and
he
it's
speed
fucking
ran
hot.
Summer
yeah,
Bob.
Speed
is
ran summer. Yeah.
it is entirely possible that it could just be the heat and he's an old man. But
$300 to be told that he needs to fart.
I'd rather pay $300 to be told that than to find out he's actually got something really wrong with him. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna cost a lot more if he's got something really wrong with him. But yeah, the most likely thing, if it's anything, is probably hyperthyroidism,
Hmm.
because that's pretty common in cats his age. But I got a new food that is specifically tailored to cats who are 7 or older, and all of our cats are 7 or older, so
Yep.
all
Yep.
of them can eat it. Tib doesn't look like he's 7. He looks like he's a tiny little chunker asshole. No, I love him. I love him. He's so funny. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, tell the story before we end.
I got some catnip to try and tempt Rue into eating the pate, because he's very picky when it comes to his food. He does not like pate at all. But I figured, this is, it's raw food. It's probably the best thing I can get for him. I'll give it a try. He wouldn't even touch it, even with the catnip. But Tybalt found the catnip bag before I could put it away, because I was getting dinner going.
Oh dear.
He found the bag, and I heard he was messing around with something. I thought it was just one of the bags we have on the floor. I go and I look around to see what's going on, and there's my cat, high as fuck, trying to get at the catnip inside of the bag.
You know how
Yum,
he
yum, yum, yum,
normally
yum,
has
yum, yum,
really
yum,
big
yum.
eyes anyway? She picked him up and his eyes were even huger.
Mm-hmm.
They looked like
He was
saucers.
rolling, like I took it away from him. He was rolling around like it was
Lost
so
in the sauce.
So
was
lost in the
so
sauce.
high. It was so funny.
And now he
And
keeps
he's
going
come-
back in there looking for it and looking for treats because he thinks he's going to get more of that.
Yeah, I gave them some treats today just to make sure Root ate something.
Yeah.
But it seems like he is eating perfectly fine. So
Yeah.
hopefully whatever's going on is just, something a little more, maybe he's just losing weight because he's old.
Yeah.
And it's hot and he just doesn't feel up to doing much. But he doesn't seem to be dehydrated. Rin keeps checking him for that.
Mhm.
And he seems to be eating fairly regularly. So here's hoping it's nothing serious.
Yeah.
I'm seriously hoping, because but it does worry me because
He's our boy.
he's the master of worrying me.
Mhm.
I love him. I love him so much. He's my baby, and I just want him to be. I want him to be okay. But he is getting older, and when when cats get older, they tend to have more complications. So
But yeah, we have that set up, and I just wanted to put a shout out to that effect. And again, we'll know more after the 30th. And if I need to continue to have it up, I will also have Leia help me set up the thingy
Yeah.
that goes every so often up on the stream.
this weekend, I will have a command and a timer that links to the GoFundMe for Rurik's veterinary care.
Mhm.
And I think if we end up not needing it, we can refund people. But yeah,
Bye, Cactus.
bye, Cactus. But yeah, hopefully it won't be so bad. He's just worrying us because he's a drama queen, but
Yes.
I love my Prince Rurik. He's my baby, and I just want him to be okay. I'd
Yeah.
rather be safe than sorry.
Understandable. I love him too.
He's a big ol' softy boy.
Yeah.
He comes and he gives us nuzzles. He's a little shithead, but
Alright,
he's my shithead.
I'm gonna go ahead and end stream. So good night, everyone. Again, thank you for joining, and I will see you sometime next week.
Yep.
Good
I will
night.
be streaming Friday through Sunday,
Yep.
and no more. No more until next Friday through Sunday.
No more until next Friday through Sunday. So
Meow,
good
meow,
night.
meow, meow, meow.